Hello, this is Michael Poulsen from Volbeat. You are watching Chaos TV.
So, hello everyone, Chaos TV is today here at Haltvar Arena in Helsinki, Finland, and we have here Michael from the band Volbeat as guest. So first off, hello Michael and welcome to Chaos TV and welcome to Finland once again.
Thank you very much, thank you.
So you have been touring now in Europe with Airborne. How has the tour generally gone so far?
Really good, we just started, I think we played, 4 or 5 shows so far on the tour. It's a long way to go. Still, but we're doing really good. Crowbot is doing good. Airborne is doing good. Volbeat is doing good. Good crowds everywhere, so cannot complain.
Okay. Yesterday you played in Stockholm, and you had also a couple of guest musicians with you on stage performing Evelyn. So could you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I'm a huge death metal fan. Been listening to death metal since I was back in school, the teenage days. So I still have my influences from a lot of old school death metal bands. So I have some of my good friends in Stockholm joining us on stage. Mika from the death metal band in Sweden called Grave. People should know that band. And
legendary band.
Oh yeah, very legendary. And LG from Entombed, AD. We had him on stage too. So that was a great honor for us to have those old school guys doing their thing. It was really heavy. It was good.
So how does that actually work for you? Do you plan a lot ahead those things, or does it just happen that you meet up with them and then you're like, hey, would you like to join us on stage, and then it just happens?
It's very random. Sometimes, we would be planning something like that, because we know if our friends are coming to the shows. And other times it's just very spontaneous, So one day, we can just do the shows without any guest, and then suddenly get a phone call, or one of my good friends pop up and he said, you should join us on stage, or he said, it would be really cool to be on stage. And it's very random actually. We will have a guest tonight too, actually. But
you won't reveal us it yet, even though this will be published afterwards, most likely though.
Then I can totally do it. And one of my really close friends from Amorphis is joining us on stage. Essa, the guitar player. I've been following Amorphis since the
death metal days.
Yeah. So and I've always been a big fan of Amorphis, and Essa like what we're doing in Volbeat, and we've always been trying to follow each other as good as we can, and so he's coming here tonight to join us on stage on guitar.
Okay, so still a lot of surprises coming up for the audience.
Come again?
A lot of surprises coming again to the audience.
Oh yeah, it happens. Yeah.
So the latest album from you, entitled Seal the Deal Lets Boogie, has been out since June, and you have now been supporting it, playing the new songs live. So in general, what kind of feedback have you received from it, and have you been pleased with it?
I'm very satisfied, and I talk for everybody in the band. We are very proud of the album. I think it's our strongest work so far. The reaction has been great. This is the most selling record so far. We get good radio publicity. It's good, man. It's all doing good. Of course you can win them all. And that's just the way it is. Some people think it's a little bit too soft, and then there'll be others who just said this is my style. So it is what it is. We play music straight from the heart. We write totally as we want to, and we have to be satisfied first, and then hopefully the listeners will have the same kind of feeling. But I think when it comes to the Volbeat style, it will always be divided up in two. Somebody likes the metal songs a little bit better, and other likes the more soft pop rock songs, and others like it all. And at the end of the day, you can win them all. We're just basically very proud of being able to write some good albums that we're satisfied with. And as I said, this is our strongest record so far. It's been selling really good. So I cannot complain. I'm very proud.
And it also went on the first position in Finnish chart, and you will be getting gold awards today here in Finland as well. So I think that Finland has like fairly strong relationship with Volbeat. Do you agree with me on that? You have quite a like loyal fan base here.
Oh yeah, it took some time, but when we finally got the audience listening to Volbeat here in Finland, it was only one way, and that was up. And it seems like every time we came back, more audience was there, and they're playing us in the radio, they're buying our records. We got very good, strong fan base here in Finland, so it's always something that we're looking forward to, to play the shows and communicate with the Finnish fans.
So, as you said, like in the beginning of the interview, you also have that like death metal background with your previous band Dominus. So, have you ever like had any thoughts about basically doing something related to death metal again?
Yeah, it might happen. It could happen. It's all about timing, to have the right time to do it. Because we're very busy in Volbeat, touring all around the world, and it takes a lot of my energy and time, to write for Volbeat and being on the road. But I have some good friends in the death metal community where we already, we're talking about doing something together. So it could happen, and it might happen.
So how important do you see like it for your fans that they basically know and are aware that you have that death metal background in you? Since you are talking like quite a lot about like your origins in different interviews.
What about it?
So how important do you see that the fans know that you have like that sort of like a death metal background in you as well?
I don't know if it's important. I think it's inspiration is an inspiration. And I started way back. When there was no internet. I was there when we were tape trading. With my old band Dominus. I had 4 releases with that death metal band, and so I've been tape trading with a lot of old school bands who are still here, around. I kind of miss those days, with tape trading and all that stuff, and the way to promote yourself. Everything is going so fast on the internet these days. The internet is good for some reason, but other reason it's really not tempting. It doesn't have a soul.
There used to be like more mystery behind the bands as well, with the tape trading and stuff like that.
These days the youngsters have a favorite band every second week, because everything is in front of them. They get all the information very fast. So I totally agree. There's not that many bands who have that mystique anymore. So what we are trying to do and how we feel comfortable about promoting ourselves is you don't have to do everything. People still need to figure out how to find the band or chase them, So there's a lot of offers that we get for television and commercial and a lot of different medias. We actually turn down. We do appreciate the medias being interested in Volbeat, but for us, it's not a must to do everything. We will concentrate on the music and being on stage, because then I also think that, I know how it is to be a fan. I would not like to see my idols every day in television or listen to them in the radio, because the mystique just flies out of the window. So we're trying to concentrate on why we're here, and that's because of the music, playing the music, being on stage, being on road, and I think that's good for us. That's the way it worked for us. I'm not saying that other bands should do it like that, but I come from the old school, underground, and I remember how we were promoting ourselves. It was with flyers and tape trading.
Old days, so to say.
And you printed your old black and white posters, and you were up on your bicycle and put it up with glue and everything. It's still remember those days, and then there was just a different soul about it.
I think it had more soul, as you said. That's like the right word to describe it.
So it is what it is, but So I don't know if it's important for people to know that I've been playing death metal, but it's something that I'm very proud of, because I still love death metal, and we still have a few death metal influence in Volbeat, and who knows, we're already writing we already have few ideas for the next record, and then there's definitely some metal riffs going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the end, I was going to ask you about next summer. Do you plan on hitting as many European summer festivals as possible, and is there a chance we might to see you again in Finland in the summer next year?
I sure hope so. The thing is, right now we are trying to, figure out what to do next year. There's a lot of options, so we're still kind of working on that. We would love to come back to Finland. It totally makes sense, but it's not anything that's been decided yet.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait and see. We've been talking about maybe already start working on new songs early next year.
Okay.
Just to work on them, because we have so many, great ideas for our next album.
Okay.
But let's see.
Yeah. So thank you, Michael, a lot for the time, and best of luck for tonight's show as well as for the future. Anything you want to say as last words to the Finnish fans who will be watching this afterwards?
Just that we are, we're very proud to be back here in Finland, and thank you so much for your support. It seems like every time we come back, there's new fans, but there's also the same fans who were there the first time we played the small places. We truly appreciate that, and support music, and don't care too much about the medias. Go out and listen to music. Get away from Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that. Go out and see the real people and enjoy the show.